A little while ago, I had a thought. Just a quick idea came to my head, right? And I'm like, man, what is up with all this trans hate? We're talking about all this homosexual stuff. Like, nobody really cared about this before. Like, people just did what they did and left it alone. And I quickly realized, like, you know what? This is the left. They're pushing trans ideology. They want to turn little boys into girls. Or they want grown drag queens with mini dresses on and their things out reading stories to our kids at school. Like, they're the reason people have an issue with trans stuff because no one had an issue before, right? Like, it wasn't a big deal. Everything race, right? Like, well, why does everybody hate white people in America? It's so weird. Again, you look at the left. Well, every problem in America is because of a white person, right? Black people still can't get jobs today because of white people, according to the left, right? Homosexuality, the same thing. Right? My son, my 5-year-old comes home from pre-K with a paper for me to sign for them to teach him that Ken and Roger are the same exact thing as me and his mother. It's like, well, no, they're not. They're not the same thing at all. I have homosexual family. I have homosexual people I am cordial with. I don't care, honestly, what they do at night in the room with the lights off. I don't care. It has nothing to do with whatever's going on. But the left wants it to be. They want to make it something to do with everything going on. They have to, right? And then, quite frankly, I look at the same way I look at the illegal situation right now. Be honest. Who was thinking about illegals 5 years ago? It was like a joke. Everybody joked and whispered about it, but like nobody actually cared and was paying attention to it. And then the left and Joe Biden opened up our border, let in millions and millions of people, and they raped and unalive a bunch of our women. And now the left is doing it again. Instead of going, oh, whoa, this was a bad idea. Like, we need to temper this down and maybe close it off, get all these crazy people out, figure out who's good or bad. But you figure that out in the process of sending all these people out of the country. You don't keep bad people in here because some of them may be good. I don't get that. Right? My question always becomes, well, like, how many rapist murderers do we leave alone and let roam the streets just because somebody's meemaw may get caught up in a raid? How many rapists, unalivers, get to run around America hurting young women, right? Taking lives just so we don't accidentally put somebody's well of it. Well, not even accidentally, just so we don't send another illegal alien back home. Because they're all illegal aliens. It's just, what they are. And then I'm sitting here, now that I was hit by a drunk driver, I can't work anymore, so I see a lot of the internet. I'm on the internet a lot, I see what's going on, I read a lot now, and can research a lot. And one of my biggest thoughts beyond all this is just like, man, I get people going harder, but some of these stances are really just aggressive. And like I said, I came up with that small theory, but now it's solidified. It is absolutely the left. You guys see what's going on in Minnesota? We literally right now have a group of people in America who decided that they do not like the law. So they are going to not allow the law to be enforced. And then when they go out and impede on our law enforcement agents from going out and trying to get these terrible people out of our country, they go out and they get in the way, and then somebody gets hurt. And then the left turns it around and makes it like, oh, ICE is so evil for going out and doing this thing, when it's just simply put like, hey, maybe let ICE officers do their jobs, and then no more American lives will be hurt. Crazy, I know, right? Now, I ain't saying no American will be detained. American may get stopped. American may be detained, but like, I was just detained last week by a local police officer when they stopped me on the side of the road, made me present my license, show all kind of information and paperwork, as if I was an unapproved citizen just driving a car for no reason. Can you guys believe that? Can you believe in America I was stopped and had to present an ID? I had to even prove that the vehicle was mine. Such a fascist place, right, left? Because that's fascism to you. Right? And again, it makes me furious, right? Because I honestly, at this point, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't give a damn. I don't even care. I don't care if you got something to work. No, get out. Get out. The only people who need to come here are people who are going to make the country better. Didn't always feel that way. Truly didn't even care. I really didn't used to care. And then all the rapists and stuff started happening, so then I cared. And now I really care. Yeah. Now I don't want any of you here. I don't think you're making any part of this country better. Seriously. I mean, you look at what the left says about all the Hispanics, right? They make it seem like every illegal alien is Hispanic, but then they say, who's going to wipe your butt? Who's going to do the farm? So who's going to come do all the cheap labor you liberals don't want to do? Yeah, give it to somebody else. There's a lot of unemployed black folk ain't doing nothing, sitting around running their mouths, out protesting. All those protesters in Minnesota in 2-degree weather. You ain't got nothing to do. Go do some farming. Go get some work done. So yeah, no, I'm definitive now. It is absolutely the left, and I'm worried because if you've got me feeling like this, I don't even imagine how other people out here in the world feeling. Can you imagine being a Caucasian male, Christian male, listening for the last 5 years about how terrible and awful and terrible you are, and then you see a bunch of liberal women out in the streets protesting to protect a bunch of illegal alien rapists while they've been telling you you're the most awful, terrible person in the world? And then they invaded a church, Christian church, invaded and stopped service as you're watching the Islamic world try to take over certain parts of America. I can only imagine how some of those guys are feeling. I mean, heck, after the whole church thing, I can only imagine, right? Because, I mean, if that was all good, and there's no problem with it, then I guess Nick Shirley and a couple of his buddies can all load it up and just go into the next mosque in the middle of their prayer, right? Because Nick Shirley would just be doing journalism just like Don and all those nice rioters. Who knows? Maybe they'll have red hats. Maybe they'll have camouflage hats. Maybe they'll have big old ARs with them because that's how they roll. I don't know. I don't know. Is that going to be free speech as well? I'm not trying to give anybody any ideas, but I mean, they did it to our Christian church, so. It's one of those times where you kind of wish maybe the left was a little bit more accurate. I kind of wish we did have a bunch of go hard Caucasian males riding around with their trucks loaded up with their big old, ready to defend these churches. Because right now we kind of need it.